Dito naman sa pagbagsak nitong mga kandidato ni BBM, in particular sila Pia Cayetano, Ping Lacson, sino pa ba?
Si Pia,
Amy.
si Ping, si Amy. Yeah, si
Oo.
Amy pinakamalaki. It's double digit. It's I think
Kasi
12 percentage points.
namamangka sa dalawang ilog yata eh. Doon na lang muna tayo sa kina Pia at saka Ping Lacson. Ano yung reason? Bakit sila nalaglag?
Hindi ko rin alam hindi ko alam kung insufficient, hindi nagre-resonate, either insufficient o hindi nagre-resonate yung kanilang mga mensahe, yung kanilang mga patalastas. So there are probably a number of reasons there. No? In the first place, they're not so high in the ranking also. So well, the other thing is that, fleeting your support. No? I mean, it varies from area to area. Since we change our areas that we select every time we do the survey, these are randomly selected. Maaring pareho yung probinsya, pero iba yung munisipalidad. Maaring hindi ganun kalakas ang kanilang suporta sa ibang area, kahit na parehong probinsya o sa ibang probinsya na randomly selected.
Itong si Willie Revillame, sa inyong survey, nasa siya, 4th to 9th places. Ibig sabihin ba na ito, hindi siya tinatablan ng mga batikos sa kanya sa social media? Na rightly so, no? Kaya siya binabatikos dahil wala siyang plataforma nung mga panahon na yun. Afterward yata naglabas na, no? Pero diba, yung ridiculous nature ng isang kandidato na tumatakbo, wala naman daw siyang plano. So hindi siya tinatablan nun.
Well, marami namang politiko hindi tinatablan ng Christian whether national or local, dahil of the personalistic nature, no, of electoral politics. So hindi na tayo magtataka, no. Sabi nga nila, yung plataforma maaaring nga sumusulat niyan pare-pareho tao but eventually makikita mo yung binoboto ng tao, yung mas nakakagaanan nila ng loob. So yun ang masakit, no, yun natanggapin. Yun ang medyo mahirap talaga nating masolusyonan unless gagawin natin papalakasin ng mga partido, babaguhin ang sistema ng paghalal sa mga
matagal pa yan.
Opisyal. So medyo may katagalan ngayon.
Okay. Ito ibang mga kandidato ni Duterte, may pag-asa pa ba mahatak itong mga ito by virtue of his incarceration, yung kung magiging effective man yung narrative nila surrounding the former president. I'm talking about the likes of Philip Salvador na nasa 17th to 20th places. Ako, sina Marcoleta, 20 to 21st. Si Jimmy Bondoc, si Let Me Be the One to break it up, 22nd to 23rd. Vic Rodriguez, yung Kingmaker daw, 24th to 26th.
Yung mga may double digit dyan, dahil February to, no? Although it's short, the runway is short, no? Pwede pa rin. Kasi, if you look at the constituency of the Dutertes, medyo broad din naman yan. It's not just Mindanao, it's Central Visayas also. And there are certain areas in Eastern Visayas too. So, yun ang natin. Those are the things that cannot in any way be ruled out na most possibly the two candidates that are the electionists in the slate, at least their standing in February, is something that is enviable, relative to the other candidates who are not in contention. Whether Marcoleta or Philip Salvador will make it or Jimmy Bondoc will make it, definitely insufficient yung Mindanao. They will have to draw support from other areas, which would be harder because there are the other people in contention actually are generating popular support in those areas already, like the balance of Luzon or the National Capital Region.
Ito namang mga kandidato ng mga pink, sina Bam Aquino at Kiko Pangilinan, bakit labas sila sa Magic 12? Nasa 15th to 17th places. Ano yung reason ito?
Well, si Bam, I think hindi naman masyadong gumalaw, in terms of preference. Si Kiko, medyo almost borderline yung statistically significant yung decline. Well, I don't know whether they should now stand and distinguish themselves from each other, whether they should increase the number of advertisements, whether they could be quite clear in terms of their messaging. kasi messaging naman nila ngayon, si Kiko is about agriculture, if I'm not mistaken. Tungkol
Pagkain.
sa pagkain. Si Bam will be about the free education. But if you look at the issues right now, yung agriculture, yung pagkain, number one yan. Pero isa pang nagugulat ako dito sa datos namin ngayon, we've not released it, yung fighting criminality is going up.
Talaga?
And it's part of that narrative of the Duterte camp. No?
So may resurgence yung Duterte narrative.
Parang nostalgia, di ba? It's a nascent nostalgia. So parang hindi natin alam kung lalago pa yan kasi nawala yan sa top 5 eh. Ngayon parang pumapangatlo siya. After inflation and after pay, it's fighting criminality. And then the next one is graft and corruption, which almost goes to show that, the administration is really not doing well. And if you're not doing well, then there's ammunition on the part of those who are opposed to you, more specifically the ones that are a little bit more vitriolic na gagamitin yan laban sa'yo.